Okay. How many people followed that? If either one of those criteria are not met, you cannot get, in this case, we're talking about blood, a transfusion reaction. If either one of those criteria are not met, you can't get a transfusion reaction. Say yes. One more thing. Can your immune system respond to nothing? Can't come to class today. My immune system's responding to nothing. Can it? Yes or no? No. Good. Keep that in mind too. There we go. These are your blood types. Now watch. Write this down too. Write this down. What's the best way to transport oxygen? Bound to the iron in hemoglobin on a red blood cell. Say yeah. So when people need blood, are they ever given whole blood? Rarely. What are they given? They're given packed red blood cells. That moved. They're given moving packed red blood cells. They're just given the red blood cell. They are not given the plasma. So a dude gets hired. When you donate blood, you donate whole blood. Yes? So a dude ties it on a string, goes outside and whips it around for a while. And it centrifuges the plasma off the red blood cells, and they store the blood as packed red blood cells. Say yes. So watch. So when you think of the donor, you just think of this. This, write this down. This is the donor. This is the donor. And this is the recipient. Right? So the recipient has red blood cells and plasma. The donor is just the red blood cell. Are you with me? So people with type A blood have type A antigens on their surface of the red blood cell, but floating in their plasma, they have type B antibodies. Preformed, by the way. They're in there. Preformed. Person with type B, B antigenic proteins. What's in their plasma? Type A. Then you got a party going on here. Party hats and balloons. For the person with type AB blood, if they have type AB blood, they have both antigenic proteins. But what's floating in their plasma? No antibodies. Say yeah. Then you have type O blood, ball-headed. No, nothing. No antigens on its surface. But what's floating in their plasma? A and B antibodies. Say yeah. So watch. You have a person who is type A, right? Can you give them type B blood? If you give a person with type A, type B blood, these antibodies will attack and destroy it. And you will get a condition called hemolysis, where the red blood cells will lyse. And you will also get a condition called DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation. These people clot all over the place. It's bad for you. You don't want that. You give a person the wrong type of blood, you better start practicing. Would you like fries with that burger? Because you will lose your license, and you may even do some jail time where you become Frida's butt buddy. And that's no joke. It's so serious. Have you ever seen nurses give patients blood? They have to check it 9 times, 10 times, a million times, right? Everything's checked. Firstborn. Here's my firstborn to give this patient blood. Are you with me? A person with type AB blood, can you give them B blood? Why? I erased it, but I told you that in order to get a transfusion reaction, you have to have a specific antigen and a specific antibody. If you don't have a specific antibody, can you get a transfusion reaction? Can a person with type AB blood get A blood? Can a person with type AB blood get O blood? That's why a person with AB blood, at least for right now, is the universal recipient. And why are they the universal recipient? They do not have any preformed circulating antibodies. And if you don't have a specific antibody, you cannot get a transfusion reaction. How many people followed that? Got it? Okay. So why is type O the universal donor? Because it's ball-headed. Ball-headed. There are no antigens on its surface. And that's why I asked you the question. Can the immune system react to nothing? No. So can a person with A blood get O blood? Can a person with B blood get O blood? Can a person with AB blood get O blood? Can they? Good. That's exactly what you're supposed to say. Tell me you got that. That's why O is the universal donor. What's the only type of blood that O can receive? Why? Nice. Because in their plasma, they have both A and B antibodies. That's why O can only receive O. Don't you know? How many people followed that? Now, you'll explain that a lot better if you get that question, won't you? Because if you don't, yep, and have Catalina give you some Vicodin and you'll get anaphylactic. We don't know that. So they're contagious. Okay, so watch. Real smart dudes, ladies, they figured this out. But when they were giving people the same type, the right blood, they were getting delayed transfusion reactions, and they couldn't figure out why. And then a guy was driving in a truck, and he had chocolate, right? And the other guy was driving in a truck, and he had peanut butter, and they smashed it together. And when they smashed it together, they're like, I think there's an Rh factor on a red blood cell that's causing that delayed transfusion reaction. So we're going to call it the rhesus factor. I know, right? That makes no sense. So watch. Can your immune system react to anything, to nothing? No. So watch. You're going to get this. And you know what? Here's the thing. Have you ever seen a patient get blood? Okay, if you do, one of the things you have to do is monitor their vitals every 15 minutes, because even if they're getting their own blood, they're getting auto transfused, they still get a transfusion reaction, a mild one. They'll get a fever, they'll start getting shakes, right? Their heart rate goes up, blood pressure goes up, yeah? So if you give them somebody else's blood, and just so you know, that if you give a person somebody else's blood and that person's blood was a killer, they become a killer. Okay, watch. Now get this, because this is important. It's just important to understand. All right, so watch. This is a person with type A blood. So this is type A blood. What do they have floating in their plasma? They have B antibodies, right? Okay, so watch. This person is A positive. That means they have the Rh factor. 85% of the people are positive. They have the Rh factor. You got me? So most people will have it. Can you give a person who is A positive, can you give them A negative blood? Yes. Why? Why? What'd you say? There's nothing for the immune system to identify as foreign. That's why I said, can your immune system react to nothing? See, I always got reasons for the questions. Can a person who has A positive blood, can you give them A positive blood? Say yeah. Okay. Can you give a person, oh, how do I get that back? Can I? No, that won't work. No, that don't work. No. Oh, yeah. See, it works. Wait, there's a way. You don't worry about a thing. What's this? Yeah, you're right. You don't know. I don't know either. What is this? Wait. Click. What's this? Oh, this ain't good. I got that red thing of death. Who cares? Don't that look? That looks like Barry Manilow, a little profile. Wish I could draw like that in real life. What the hell is that? What is that? Look it. Make it bigger. Nope. Okay. Yeah, this is weirding me out. Who cares? Okay, so watch. Watch. Now get this. And tell me you're getting this. Do you understand this? Okay, here we go. Can you give a person who is AB negative, AB negative, A negative blood? Can you give a person who is AB negative, A negative blood? Why? AB has A antigens and B antigens. Does it have the Rh factor? So can you give them A negative blood? Can you give them B positive blood? Why not? Why can't you give a person who is AB negative B positive blood? Because your immune system, if you are negative, you don't have the Rh factor. When you give a person, you give them blood that has the Rh factor, the immune system is going to say, what the hell is this? And it's going to, you'll have a delayed transfusion reaction. Tell me you got that. If you are AB positive, can you get A negative blood? Can you get B positive blood? Can you get O positive blood? Can you get O negative blood? So that is why AB positive is the universal recipient. It is AB positive that's a universal recipient because it has the Rh factor. Therefore, if you have the Rh factor, you can receive positive or negative blood. If you do not have the Rh factor, you can only receive what? Negative blood. Or if you only have positive blood, they can give you Rogam. That gives you nicer hair, thicker hair. I invented that. Rogam. Dr. McLaughlin will tell you I invented that, and I did. Rogam coats the antibodies, so it will prevent a transfusion reaction. If you have negative, they can give you O positive blood if that's all they got, but they give you a shot of Rogam first. So that Rh incompatibility with women, if you're Rh negative, you know how this works, yes? You had to get a shot. Yeah. How many people followed that? I want that explained to me. If you don't explain it to me, right? Marking your life wrong. Okay, so watch. Watch. Who's watching? Catalina, you watching? Did you understand this? You are O negative. O negative got A antibodies and B antibodies. You got me? Can you receive A positive blood? Can you receive, what, that would be positive. B positive blood. What's the only blood a person that's O negative can receive? If you are O positive, what's the only blood type you can receive? You can receive O negative or O positive, right? So if you're O positive, you can receive O negative because the immune system can't react to anything, right? Or nothing. All right, here we go. You're going to explain this. I know that you understand. I want this understood because you're like, oh, I got this. I want it explained to me. You understand? I'm not going to give you a scenario. You're going to explain it to me. Say yeah. A positive. Can they get O positive blood? Can they get if you are A positive, can you get O positive blood? Can you get O negative blood? What if you're B? Forget that's gone. Can't erase that. I don't know how to erase that. Anyone know how to erase that? Oh, wait, no, I got it. Oh, yeah. Look, they're disappearing. Oh. Wait. There. Now I can do what I want. What do I want? B. You're B negative. Can you get O negative blood? Can you get O positive blood? Do you know why? So what's going to happen here? You guys got this, don't you? For real? Okay. That's good. Most people just remember that O negative is the universal donor and AB positive is the universal recipient. They don't know why. I want the why. Rock on. Do I have to explain the Rh incompatibility? I think I do. I want to hear your explanation, then that will determine if, what's that? Yeah. Cytomegalovirus. Yeah. Right, because they will get cytomegalovirus. Yeah. And that I don't know, it's not good. Do you know what it causes, cytomegalovirus? Uh, well, that's when you should have jumped on the internet and started going to Wikipedia. How many people get their answers from Google? Yeah, go ahead, look down. All right. I don't care. I mean, I don't know. You ever do something and then question whether you think it's the right thing to do? Right? Like I question whether how I do this is the right way to do it. Do you know what I mean? Is it the right way to do it? No, for real. Are you learning something? No, for real. Oh, just by making fun of them and yelling at them? That goes over well. Okay. All right, hang on. Oh, Jesus. I want to get through this. And you're going to learn this. What is that? There it is. Okay, watch. Look, this really matters. RH incompatibility matters during pregnancy. And what it really comes down to is if a woman's RH negative, and the odds are they're going to be bumping ugly with a guy who's RH positive. And RH positive is dominant. So that means that you're going to have a baby that's RH positive. Are you with me? So watch. Here's mom. She's pregnant. She bumped ugly with a guy who is RH positive. Because RH positive is dominant, the baby will be RH positive. Does maternal and fetal red blood cells mix? No, they don't. So that the mother is not going to be exposed to the baby's blood. However, when the baby pops out and the placenta is ripped, torn from the inside of that uterine lining, like a giant scab that takes like 4 hours to come off. Is this your first baby? Oh, well, just get an epidural. Mixing of blood can occur, maternal and fetal blood. Because the mother doesn't have the Rh factor, the mother's immune system's going to look and say, hey, what the hell is that? And it's going to start producing antibodies to the Rh factor. You got me? So when they have she gets pregnant a second time, antibodies are small. Antibodies are capable of crossing the placental membrane, and they will cross the placental membrane because the baby will be Rh positive because it's dominant, and it will attack and destroy the fetal red blood cells. It's called erythroblastosis fetalis, and the baby dies in utero. So that's why, and when you became pregnant, they drew like 900 tubes of blood. One of the things they were checking was blood type and Rh factor. And if you are Rh negative, then for their second baby, they will give you a couple of shots of Rogam. I don't know about babies. I don't know how many shots you get. I think it's like 3 or something. And basically what that does is that drug coats the antibodies and prevents them from binding to the Rh antigen on the surface of the baby's red blood cells, effectively inactivating. Yes, the baby will be Rh negative because that is homozygous recessive. So in order to get that gene expressed, you have to have 2 negative people. No, the baby will not be positive. It happens with the second one because there's no mixing of maternal and fetal red blood cells with the first baby, but sometimes when the placenta rips away, there can be mixing of maternal and fetal red blood cells. So some of the baby's red blood cells can mix with the mother's, and then the mother's immune system is going to say, hey, what the hell is that? And build up antibodies. Because antibodies are small, they're capable of crossing the placental membrane. So that's why you got to have it checked. That's why they do that. Say yeah. No, you have to have it every time you're pregnant. Yep. Yep. So that's why you should, as guys, you should ask, hey, are you RH negative? Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, like instead of what's your sign, what's your RH factor? Yeah, there you go. And if they're negative, then you don't want problems like that, right? Just adopt. Say yeah. Yes. Yes. You don't have to worry about that. You only have to worry if the ma's negative. That's it. You got me? Does that make sense? There you have it. Okay. You know what we'll do is we'll let it ride here tonight. We did pretty good, yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do on Wednesday, we're gonna finish up. I'm gonna go over the blood. Can you look that over? The blood clotting thing that I gave you, right? The pathway. And then I'm going to explain to you how it works, and then I'm explaining to you like with Coumadin and heparin. If I'll explain how that works, and yeah. There's Kristen over there. Who's going to remind me to put a note on Blackboard?